Welcome back once again to HTZDC. Hope everybody is having an awesome start to their weekend this Saturday morning. If you guys are going to be out there, out and about in the great outdoors, I wish you some pretty weather, some good sunny skies where you guys can enjoy that. But anyway, we're going to get into a open tag here in a minute. But I got a little something burning on my brain right now, and I want to run it by you guys. Been seeing all these people with their new clubs and brotherhoods, and they have this, they have their affinity for a certain color of knives. And if you guys know, there's clues out there for sure. There's a certain color that I dig pretty good, and I think there's probably a brotherhood. I think there's some people out there that be with me. And might want to get, some recognition for our color. That looked, what those guys are doing are really cool, and I don't want to be left behind. I want to be part of the cool kids club. And you guys didn't know, it's red. I have quite an affinity for red, but I've got a couple of ideas I want to run by you. I need a little audience participation. Tell me what you think. I don't know how good they are, and you guys may have some fresh ideas. Come up with a name that's better than what I got for sure. But I got a couple of them right now I want to run by you. See what y'all think. Give me just a second. And they shall call us Reds of the Round Table. That's been done. That's corny. That wasn't so good. Got another one. Hold on. Redheads. Scared you, didn't I? I hope all you guys are doing well out there this Saturday morning. I hope you're doing finer than a frog's hair split 4 ways. Come on. That's been done. That's not going to work. I got one more. This really isn't a naming thing, but just an idea that I could get my color out there and, my branding, if I ever come up with a name. There's a guy up there in Tennessee that's needing a collaboration partner. He's got this new EDC pouch he's trying to get off the ground, and it's in God's color. It's awesome red pouch that he's trying to market. He's looking for like a third partner or a silent partner. I was like, well, that's a good way to get, my brand, my brotherhood out there, get in the door. But the guy he's working with he's a real clown. And I don't know, I don't want to be thought of our brotherhood thought of as clowns. And I don't know about being affiliated with a clown, but definitely had a good color, and he's needing a partner. But I don't know. I don't know if any of those are good ideas. You guys let me know in the comments, but just something I had on top of my mind. Anyway, folks, we're going to get on with this knife here. Just having a little fun, guys. Don't take me serious. Anyway, for Super SAK Saturday, Swiss Army Knife Saturday, I just got this. And you guessed it, what color it might be today. This just came into my collection. I did a little horse trading. If you guys remember that awesome buck 110 I got with the deer head inlet cut out in the blade and full stag, same guy I traded with for this. He reached out to me. He knows I have a little bit of a affinity for this particular color, and we did a second trade, and I am just stoked to have this in my collection. Take you for a quick trip around it before we open it up. check this out. Have some cool pocket patina going along the back spring here, which I think is just awesome. Take you around for the back. Centering, you guys already know. It's a Swiss Army knife. It's a Victorinox. It's centered. They never have, honestly, they never have fit and finish issues. But I know this is probably a little bit of an older one by this shield here. I reached out to John over at Thrifty Kniffy and Matt Sawyer, Slippy, because I know those guys are, you know, very versed. They're kind of our resident Swiss Army knife guys, and maybe they could tell me, you know, a date range when this shield was used. I don't think it's super old, but I know I haven't seen this, you know, this shield used in a while, and I was just curious, and not just them. Serious audience feedback here. If you guys know anything about the date of this knife by this shield, I am new to Swiss Army knives. I got 4 or 5 of them in my collection now, but I am definitely not a connoisseur. I don't know. I know just enough about them to be dangerous right now, but anyway, I think it's super cool. If you guys know how old it is or close to how old it is, reach out to me, let me know. But let's get into this thing. It has a nice half moon nail nick here, and in this case it's a good thing it does, because it is not pinchable for me. Some of you guys may can go in and there's enough meat there for y'all to pinch that. I definitely can't with these knotted up fingers of mine, so I have to use the nail nick, but I can go in there and fetch it out. And here we go. We got a nice spear point is what I call it. I've heard some people call this a large pin blade. I won't argue with you. I'll hear it either way. But I call it a spear. We have a not a very tall blade, but we have super thin blade stock. You guys see how thin that stock is on this knife? And then we have a flat grind. And folks, this thing comes down to a very thin behind the edge cutting tool. Not this particular one, but I have the silver variant, and I have used it in the kitchen many times, cutting up my morning red berries that I eat all the time, and I mean cucumbers, carrots. This thing is a slicing machine. It is very well executed, and there are several ways, folks, to get a knife thin behind the edge. You can have a tall blade that has that has plenty of room to thin out as it comes down to the secondary bevel. That's one way that you can just thin the blade stock, that you have to have that height in the blade. That's one way to get a thin edge. Or second, you need to start out with a thin stock. If you're not going to have that far to come down and thin out, you better be thin to start with. And that's what Victorinox has done here. Super thin blade stock that comes on down to a very thin behind the edge flat grind. And no, I don't think this is better than an Opinel, which I think is, you've heard me say, I think is the king of the slicers. But these ain't far off. These will slice some things, I mean paper thin. Very capable, very good slicer. We'll show you this blade real quick, which in my videos never focus. But if you can read this blade, it says Victorinox, Switzerland, stainless, rost-free. And don't quote me on this, but is not Rost. I know rost-free stands for stainless. It's another word for stainless. And is that German? I believe it is. You guys, I could be absolutely wrong on that, but I am pretty sure that rost-free, and I'm probably not even saying it right, but that is another word, an international word for stainless steel. So definitely have stainless steel going on here in this blade. So not going to patina. It's going to stay this, it's not a, I'm not going to call that a mirror polish. That's more of a, to me, more of a satin. It does have a little shimmer to it, but Definitely can't see. I wouldn't call that a mirror polish, but just a great little knife. Let's see the walk and talk on it real quick. Very nice snap. Go in here and open that thing back up. And going into full open, let's see what we got here. Very nice. They always are, folks. And what about the pull? Let's see. Got to close your eyes for this. Got to concentrate. I'm going to say that's definitely in the HT 6 to 8 range, and I think I'm going to give that a 6.5. You guys know 7's perfect on my scale, but anything between 6 and 8 is a sweet spot for me, and that's right there. I'm going to call it a 6.5, flirting with a 7. So very nice. But folks, for me, this is a 5th pocket carry. I will pair this with another knife, either on my side or in a front sheath, a little larger knife, maybe a little more, robust, capable knife. But you guys that like the smaller knives, I think this would, definitely could be a primary carry. Like I say, for me, this is going to get tons of mileage as a 5th pocket carry for me. But check this out. It honestly, you guys know I like the big knives, but check this out. Check that out in hand. Has a nice little guard, start of a guard right here on that finger choil. Well, it ain't a finger, ricasso here that you can come up with and gives you a landing spot, a place to stop with your index finger. And yeah, look at that. I am getting all 4 fingers on this. So this little guy actually passes the HT 4-finger challenge too. So yeah, I love it. Swiss Army Knife 1, SA1 they call them sometimes, by Victorinox. Awesome knife. You guys go get you one. That is my rendition of Super SAK Saturday. And thank you guys for putting up with all my bad Jay Leno opening monologue stuff in the front of this video. Just having some fun today, this Saturday, folks. We love you. You stay safe out there this weekend. Go get you a Swiss Army 1. God bless. HT out.
Give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your eyes.